If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Be brought back in. I mean, part of the rhetoric, and I have to call it rhetoric until it's a deal. It's just ideology at this point, and really more threatening than anything else. Players said, "Hey, if you take the cap away, you'll never get it back." And the owners said, "Well, if we play uncapped, you're gonna do it our way, and we're gonna put the leverage down on you. We're gonna lock you out next year." The salary cap, at the heart of it all, is good for everyone because it ensures that the New Orleans Saints can be here in a depressed market without a lot of money. Indianapolis, who had nothing and almost lost their franchise before they had built the new stadium, and that really they were limited in revenue, that they can be in a Super Bowl.
That's why I would leave the system the way it is. And remember this, with all the talk about rookies, there is a rookie salary cap. There is a rookie salary cap. It was passed in 1993. It happens to be a soft cap because the teams have the ability to take the $3 million in cap dollars and they can split it up between the 7 picks the way they want to. And as the system's evolved, it's a pyramid so that the very first picks in the draft get a disproportionate share of guaranteed money.
Well, and you've been a beneficiary of that with an Achilles Smith and some other guys. And and I guess
I've had the first pick in the first round of the draft in 8 separate years. Okay, I've had 60 first-round draft picks. So when it was 1993, I had the first pick in the draft, who was Drew Bledsoe, and I found a thing called voidable years and a way around it. But whatever system they put in, we'll find a way to construct contracts.
The one thing that I hear from the rank-and-file player and even the star players is, we don't mind the guys making money, but we don't like when Ryan Leaf takes $40 or $50 million out of the game and never brought anything to the game, that if guys go out and pay for play and perform, that money would be there for them.
I couldn't disagree with you. It's irrational to pay unproven, unproductive players huge amounts of money.
Yet you've negotiated a lot of these contracts.
I do negotiate those contracts.
That's the system. That's the system.
And the reality is, I don't pick the draft picks, and they fail. In 1999, the first pick in the draft was Tim Couch. He's not in the league. The third pick was Achilles Smith, not in the league, and the 10th pick was Cade McNown, not in the league. 3 top quarterbacks in the top 10 picks, and they're not in the league. And I can't. But the teams made those picks.
Leigh Steinberg is here. It's all brought to you by Coors Light. We're on Radio Row. Tell us some other initiatives you're working on. You always got some stuff happening. You got a bunch of now retired Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and you manage their brands as well. And are you slowing down a little bit on current representation?
Yes, I took Myron Roll because I thought he was just amazing as a human being. But I think next year I'll probably get aggressive again. But the Sporting Green Alliance is our effort to take sustainable technologies in water, in solar, in recycling, in surfacing, and bring them into stadia and arenas around the country to try to drop carbon emissions and energy costs, and to try to transform those venues into educational platforms so the millions of fans who come can see a waterless urinal or a solar panel for the first time, and think about how they can integrate those concepts into their own homes and businesses, so we can put sports in the forefront of rolling back the whole issue of climate change.
Is the NFL missing out on this? I mean, I often think that a lot of the crap that goes on in the NFL, the taunting and that sort of thing. I mean, I watch World Cup soccer, and one of their, they always have a message, and one of the end racism, and really important messages. I would think the NFL could get behind any. I've implored the owners to give a message of peace to some degree, just because I sit in the upper deck. I've had things thrown at me. I've had my wife called them. Everything you could possibly imagine in the upper deck of an NFL game when alcohol is involved and that sort of thing. But I think the NFL could take on an issue like green, that you're talking about, because it reaches millions of people and the rank and file people, and it's not really a political issue. I mean, it's a survival issue.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.